Hi everyone, welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We are raising money for Alzheimer Foundation. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We'd also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for Smaugy and his co-commentator to take it away with Shovel Knight, Shovel of Hope, any percent. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Ash. Welcome everybody to Shovel Knight. Before we start to run, I'm just gonna make sure the incentive that I make the correct armor color and the file name, and the armor color is gonna be pink. So, and the file name is gonna be Shovel Russ. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in immediately. And in the meantime, while I do that, Bobby, you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Hey guys, I'm the Blacktastic. I'm just gonna be doing some commentary for Smaugy as he focuses on this game because it's a pretty precise and warrants a lot of expert execution. So that's why he's playing the game, and I'm just talking about it.
Okay, and we have there we go. I'm gonna be playing on body swap as well, because I like my visual cues to be a little bit different for certain things. The hitboxes doesn't change at all. It's just a preference. Okay, so we're okay to count down, and we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, for chivalry.
For chivalry, dig in.
All right, so this is Shovel Knight, actually renamed Shovel of Hope, something like that, right?
Yeah, Shovel of Hope.
One of many campaigns released by Yacht Club Games, a dev studio of like former Way Forward devs. So you know, you're in for a treat with this indie game studio. Originally released in 2014, we've had a lot of time and a lot of people pass the mantle back and forth of top Shovel Knight speedrunners. There's been a lot of tech to be found, and you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of it displayed in this very run. Even in this tutorial stage, again, it's just the planes. It's just teaching you how to use your shovel. You can use your shovel to whack enemies. You can use your shovel to break blocks. You can use your shovel to pogo off of obstacles and enemies to gain great heights. The boosting in this game is actually pretty sick to a degree, and requires some manipulation to it. But even in this sort of introductory tutorial stage, you're going to be seeing a little bit of some neat tricks that the speedrun community has found with Shovel Knight. So he's going to be definitely shoveling while he's jumping or while he's airborne. When you attack on the ground using your basic attack, you actually come to a dead stop. Obviously, this is a speedrun. You don't want to do that. So being in the air is a lot more fruitful for just holding right.
Coming up, yeah, coming up is a glitch called the bubble wrap, which was found by me in about 3.5 years ago. And we're gonna go up over here, pogo the bubble, get the setup, and pogo and wrap. Done. Saves about 3 to 4 seconds if done perfectly. It's a mighty good skip.
Yeah, and then coming up to this first boss is the Black Knight. The very first appearance of the Black Knight. Definitely not going to be the last, though. Sort of like your rival in here. And with some proper displacements, again, using that shovel and using a certain rhythm to kind of like keep him in a stun loop. It's got really low HP this time around, so a really, really good fight by Smaugy.
Okay, so now that we're done with planes, I'm just gonna go ahead and go quickly to the village, because I have to say hi to the guard and bye directly. So we have to go into village, but otherwise we can't access the other 2 levels. So, hi bye.
Yeah, the village, and there's like other like hometowns kind of like strewn about the world map, but it kind of gives it like a Zelda 2 sort of like feeling where you're able to kind of take on these these other quests, or like turn these special items that you find in these stages into people. Then you get like little certain things, little certain rewards. But again, since this is a speed run and not really much of that is required, we're just gonna be kind of skipping that entirely. And then this stage right here is going to be Pridemore Keep, home of King Knight. We're going to be seeing a lot more just kind of like, precision, precise platforming. Going to be just using the pogo to, again, like be as much as in the air as possible. Not stopping any of that forward momentum at all.
Coming up a little bit later on in level, actually very soon, there's a new technique where we can slash boost on enemies, which was actually inspired by the task. It is gonna come up right now after I climb this ladder, so I'm gonna hit the mage, so I get a small little boost here, and I'm gonna be using that for quite a few times. I'm not sure exactly how many, but maybe 3-4. We'll see. I haven't counted.
We'll see that a little bit later in the run, and yeah, it's just a little bit of like an example of how like just how crazy like the boosting can be in this game, just using your physical feats. Very early in this game's infancy with speedrunning, there was a little bit of a beginner-friendly route used with the flare rod here, but going out of that way to grab that flare rod kind of takes some time, but usually proves to have some really good DPS on bosses, and can make some of the later levels a little bit tricky, or a little bit less tricky. But this is the main man right here, so you're just gonna be seeing the near optimal stuff all the time.
What I'm gonna be trying to do as well for the entire run is all of my strats that I can show you, and if I die, I die. That's just the way it is. I did a very small mistake on King Knight there, but otherwise very good.
Yeah, just kind of like using that momentum back and forth to just like repeatedly just lay on that damage with the shovel. And there's going to be like even more instances with even more weapons. I don't really want to spoil the run, but hey, it's been out since 2014. You should probably have played it by now. But yeah, the boss fights get even more crazy from there on in.
And this is Lich Yard. Now the difficulty is gonna ramp up a little bit. It's gonna be more RNG. There's a frog here in the beginning that likes to block me a lot. His name is called Jeremiah, and he was actually nice this time. Thank you.
So this stage is called the Lich Yard, again home to Spectre Knight. And this actually really early in the game actually is home to some of the most precise movement tricks in the game, which you'll probably be seeing in a little bit.
Okay, I failed that one, but it's fine. I have backups.
Yeah, not too much of a time loss there, and like just a specific amount of execution needed to effectively boost while not losing that forward momentum. Like extremely crazy. There's even another precise trick coming up where we'll have to boost off of a little beetle in complete darkness. If we call that the, well, I don't know what you call that. I call it the
Dark Beetle Skip or Baldric.
The Dark Beetle Skip. Yeah, these enemy names are really.
And I got it. Whew. I was actually a little bit...
Would you look at that?
A little bit nervous about that trick every single run, because you only save 1 second on that trick, but if you fail it, you can either die or lose 8 seconds.
A little bit of thing to notice about the checkpoints in this game is that they're pretty like adequately spaced throughout the level. but you can destroy some of the checkpoints in order to gain a little bit of money. And he's going to be needed to accrue like a certain value before he reaches the hub town, or rather, for the next stage, so he can get what he needs. You know, something other than shovels. That in of itself just really changes the scope on how, you know, a specific person wants to play this game. Let's hope for a nice old Spectre fight.
There's a RNG part here on the next teleport. If Spectre Knight teleports to the right, which he did, I'm losing automatically 3.9 seconds. And we're gonna explain Dream 1 really quickly. Dream 1, I wanna get gold in this Dream 1. And I wanna die as fast as possible, so Shield Knight can spawn at the top. Otherwise you have to wait, and that wastes around 10 seconds. You wanna die as fast as possible here. And in the meantime, while I do that, Ash can go ahead and read some donations.
Sure thing. We have a $25 donation from David TKI saying Blue Man. We have a $5 donation from Tiny Tim saying, "Hey all, had to donate for the amazing Shovel Knight and the equally amazing Smaugy. One of my favorite games of recent times, and shout outs to the Blacktastic for an awesome commentary. Cheers." And the last one, $10 by Enneagram saying, "Let's go Shovel God." And before I hand it off, I want to let you all know that we're at $1,898 so far. We can definitely hit 2,000. It would be awesome if we could do it in this run. So keep the donations coming, everyone. Thank you.
Perfect. Blue Man.
Yeah, shout out to David Tiki, shout out to the Shovel crew, and also shout out to Tidy Tim. And again, keep those donations going, folks.
Oh, a little bit of trouble there, but it's fine.
Yeah, this is the Mole Knight stage. And this is going to be one of the first instances of picking up an item, which is what we've been trying to save up all this money for to begin with. An extremely fast piece of speed tech.
Oof, good. That right there.
Always a bit of a nail biter there.
Yeah. That right there was Beetle 1 skip. I free the bird in a specific way, and I load the bird in a specific way as well. To make sure that I can follow the bird all the way over to the next screen and pogo it at the end. To skip the riding beetle. Whoa. I did something very bad. I've never done it before. I'm never gonna do it again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, unlike any other like indie games, well, the lava is like an instant death hazard in this, unfortunately. But we can get our money bags up. Oh.
There we go.
See, what did I tell you guys about precision platforming here? Yeah, the lava in this game is specifically rough in that, like, even if you have damage like iframes, like you can't just kind of like trek through it like normal. Like you are just done. So these good old gauntlets are an important piece of speed tech. Not only are they invincible in like the active frames, but whenever you do attack with them, you are propelled a pretty good distance. And a lot of these levels, especially in like the mid game and later on, are just kind of like positioned extremely well for you to just mash on that sub weapon button. But using those gauntlets, using those I guess the green goo thing. Is it just green goo? You're able to freeze all that lava, make it safe for you to pass. Also, there's another kind of monka thing going on. Oh,
Monk-ass moments.
so coming up is Mole Knight. There's a specific quick kill that obviously he's going to be going for, but if you don't end up taking it, then it just wastes a whole bunch of time. He goes into an invincible phase, this whole platforming thing with a whole bunch of blocks. But again, you just lay on all that damage to the Mole Knight, and the Mole Knight is down. And that's not the first sub-weapon that we're going to be getting as well. Like there's a lot of useful sub-weapons in this game that just increase that speed tech and increase that forward movement. So we have to keep stacking on that money.
Yeah. Until after this level, money is the most tight. Like, when I reach the boss room in this level, I have to have 5,500 gold. Otherwise, I'm pretty much screwed. And these 3 next levels are the hardest levels in the entire run. Technically. Like, there's a lot of, like, this level introduces global cycles as well, and I have to play perfect through the entire level. Otherwise, I can lose up to 2, 4, 6, 8 seconds.
Yeah, so you gotta really be on your technique here. And as with Mole Knight stage, there are like instant death hazards, not only through pitfalls, but through those spikes as well. But it's also why we have like a little bit of like a specific route to this, especially with collecting gems along the way. And this level actually just like, kind of like ramps up the, not difficulty, but just kind of like the length of these levels. Like we have our first mid-boss coming up here, and he's a pretty extremely easy to fell now that we have, you know, the strategy to it. But if you let him transform, if you let him kind of like flail around for a little bit too long, it's, it could bode extremely badly. So another thing about breaking those checkpoints, there is a caveat to them. So you do get a little bit of money, or you get a set amount of money depending on which specific checkpoint that you break. But if you somehow die, and that's an extremely nice clip by Smaugy, grabbing that off-screen ladder. If you die before reaching that other checkpoint, that checkpoint that you just broke is inoperable. So you go even further back into the stage. Extremely nice dodging in this specific room.
I'm actually not gonna heal. I'm gonna go ahead and YOLO this fight.
So Plague Knight can jump around extremely randomly. You can toss his projectiles like right back at him. Oh my lord, what an amazing fight. You can toss his projectiles back at him. If he takes too long to set up, then you're in for an extremely bad fight. And I love it because the quick kills in these fights are extremely cool. But I also want to like explain like who the boss is, like what he does, and like all that. Like there's just no time. But there is time to talk about a couple of the upgrades that we're picking up. We're picking up the Charge Slash, and we're also picking up a suit of armor, which is the Conjurer's robe, or Conjurer's coat. Yeah, the Conjurer's Coat.
Conjurer's Coats.
So, in exchange for a crap ton of weapon energy for you to use all of your sub-weapons, you do take an extremely little bit amount of damage. Like a little bit more amount of damage. Consider it being like a glass cannon sort of archetype.
And this level Iron Whale, we're gonna be introducing a lot of new coin tricks here. First one, the first big one is coming up in the next screen here. And I'm actually gonna be quiet for this one. And I got it. Good.
Good stuff.
There's also global. Sorry, there's also global cycles in this level. Only one, and you have to keep track of it in terms of how fast you are. So you have to. If you make a mistake, you can't make it. You have to have a perfect Iron Whale.
And like, thankfully, like this stage isn't really that terrible to navigate by itself. When you are trying to like maximize and like optimize your movement. If you're like damaged, or if you're just kind of like off by like a single beat, you could throw off your entire rhythm. The mid-game also is home to like a little bit of like mini bosses, and that's what kind of causes these stages to increase in length, but they're extremely cool as well. Again, thanks to the Conjurer's Coat, we just kind of have like enough weapon points to just keep moving. As long as you're within that animation using those gauntlets, you retain that sort of like active invincibility.
And coming up here in the next screen, there is a pixel perfect jump, which saves around 2 seconds. But if I don't get it, it's fine. And I got it.
Oh, would you look at that? Yeah, you definitely don't want to leap to your doom there, a la Ivanhoe. But
I had some problems with the other anchors, and this health is really dangerous going into the boss fights. So I'm gonna decide and heal there.
Yeah, Treasure Knight's just a big bully. Likes to toss stuff around, and a whole bunch of like AoE effects. Can be really hard to navigate around.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Not the best. It's good enough. And now for Dream 2, now I'm gonna do something similar in this dream. I'm gonna kill myself as soon as possible, but at this time I'm gonna damage boost mid-air, so I catch her immediately at the top of the screen when she falls down. And while I do that, Ash, you can go ahead and read some more donations.
Sure, I got a few for you. I have a $15 donation from Kanyet saying, "Good luck on the run." We have $20 from Vodka Temponi saying, "Go handsome Swede," and $20 from Anonymous without any comment. Thank you everyone for the donations. I would just like to remind you that Alzheimerfonden is a Swedish national fundraising organization focusing on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases, and that's what ESA Summer Online is raising for. Thank you everyone. And with that, we're so close to $2,000. Let's make it possible, guys. We are at 1,973.
Thank you, Ash. Okay, I'm just gonna say really quickly, this is probably the hardest level, so I'm not gonna talk at all, probably. Because I want to show all the tricks in here. I already failed one, but it's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of platforming, like little precision perfect platforming done within this stage. Again, this is the flying machine. We also get another sub weapon here, called the Propeller Dagger that we also needed to save up money for, which increases our speed throughout the rest of the levels tenfold. However, this stage is extremely long with multiple auto-scroller sequences, a lot of annoying enemies like these little Jawas here, and yeah, a lot of these death traps. You get spikes everywhere, pitfalls everywhere. Just a lot of just annoying instances of these, as well as an annoying mid-boss. Good thing about this stage, it has amazing music.
Yeah, it's okay. I was just gonna say that I was really close on getting that skip. It was like
oh yeah, the little jump
millimeters away.
Yep, and here's where we pick up the Propeller Dagger, and also where we get the most benefit out of the Conjurer's Robe. Giving us all of that magic back, or rather weapon energy. So even and again, like even though that we have kind of like all these new zoom in strats, we still have to face these little auto scroller segments, these little annoying enemies.
And you can actually go ahead and read a couple of donations while we're in this auto scroller.
We don't have any donations at the moment, but we're so close to $2,000, and I want to let you guys know that if you donate, you're not just donating to Alzheimer Fountain, you have a chance to win any of the 2 big prizes we have going on during this ESA. We have a Nintendo Switch with a minimum of $50 and a ViewSonic monitor with a minimum of $30. Also, any of your donations can go towards any incentives or rewards during the entire event, and there's quite a few good ones coming up, so make sure to go over to donations.esamarathon.com and see what those can be.
Yeah, guys, let's keep day run rolling. Let's hit that 20 or that 2000 if you really want to use my bad English about it. Let's hit that 2000. Here's also a question that I actually wanted to ask Smaugy, is that you use the body swap for different visual cues, but do they change the hitboxes of these enemies at all?
No, the hitbox is not changed at all. I only started to play on body swap mode because I liked it. That's the only reason, basically. I had to relearn it a little bit, but okay, so a little bit trouble with Propeller Knights, but it's fine. Not the quick kill that I wanted, but it could be a lot worse. Usually when you miss the quick kill, it's actually almost better or faster to kill yourself, jump off, die, respawn at the checkpoint, then redo him.
Yeah, Propeller Knight is such a complex fight to pull off perfectly. But I mean, this is why you have the man Smaugy doing it right here. And this is probably one of my favorite stages for the music in the game. But good old Clockwork Tower, home of Tinker Knight. We're just going to be, again, just using this Propeller Dagger to just zoom through these extremely lengthy screens. And actually, you'll be seeing a lot more of Tinker Knight than you would these bosses, because there's a really nice kind of Phase 1, Phase 2 to them.
Okay. That missile right there, what you saw, is a sign dagger, and they are random throughout the level, when they spawn and how they move, and it can be really annoying. And the last auto scroller, there is you can actually die just because they are in the way, and you can lose definitely up to a minute, which I did in a practice run earlier today.
Yeah, those things are kind of like the, what do you want to call them? Like the Medusa heads of Castlevania, just really small, annoying. And you can just make a situation extremely hectic. This is like one of the main uses for the mobile gear. You can kind of coast across these death hazards or the spikes extremely easily. And the fact that you can use the shovel to, you know, ward off all of your foes. Even this charge slash is really, really nice as well. So again, like in conjunction with all of these, like Smaugy still has to kind of be mindful of his weapon usage. That's why we route things out.
Okay, so no sign daggers right here that were messing with me, so that's completely fine. Coming up after this auto-scroller is Tinker Knight. And it's probably one of the coolest looking quick kills in the entire game. It's very technical. And I'm doing the most recent strat right now. Even the setup for the fastest quick kill is bonkers.
Yeah, look at this. Beautiful. But you thought he was done, but here he is, returning one more again in the power armor. This is where the fight actually gets cool. You can instantly get right up in his face using all of these special weapons. And again, this is where he really, really needed to keep all of that weapon usage in check, so that he would just have just the right amount to pull off that kill. That was the good quick kill right now. Smaugy, if you don't stop vaping while I commentate, I swear. I need it. Mom, he's vaping on ESA again. Mom.
Oh god.
So coming up, good old Polar Night stage. Oh, I love this. If you thought that the pixel perfect precision platforming would stop at that hard stage right there, this is actually like a fairly easy stage to just kind of like lose control and just like randomly die off of nothing.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like in the entire run, like you can die anywhere, just like I died before, and you don't even understand why. But in this level, it's like multiplied.
Yeah, so like the little bits of like snow in the air can actually cover the death hazards. However, you can go like a little bit further to the right and not, you know, go into a snow-covered spike pallet or something. Like it's just it's really stupid to explain, but like you just have to really be really mindful of like where you tread in a stage like this. Like not only does it give you ice physics, but it gives you like that. But as you can see, Smaugy's using kind of like the extended hitboxes of the charge slash, just kind of like give him coverage as he, you know, traverses extremely quickly throughout the stage.
And this next long screen is probably the most scary looking screen in the entire level, because yeah, you'll see. Look at the ground. Look at the spikes.
Yeah, like. Yeah, it's a really good thing that we're kind of good on like collecting all of our you know, weapons and armor for like the loadouts, because like if we ever were to like need some more money to break some more checkpoints, that could have been extremely hectic. This is the first time that I'm seeing the body swap Polar Knight skin, and that is sick.
Okay, we're gonna do the same thing here in Dream 3 as we did in Dream 2. We're gonna... But this one is a little bit funkier looking, so if you have any donations, you can go ahead.
Sure, I have a few for you. I have $50 from the Green Machine saying, lost my father to dementia Alzheimer's 7 years ago this October. He would have been 71 on July 30th. I'm very happy to donate to any charity that supports dementia and or Alzheimer's. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Green Machine. We have $30 from Edward Mellis that says, let's go for 2K during Shovel Night. Also, let's kill Whisper in Fable 1. I never got over her calling me Lazy Bones. Thank you, Edward. We have $27 from Zolf saying, good luck on your own, Smaugy. Hi, chat. And $30 from Wallen saying, good luck on the run, Smaugy. Keep killing it. And with that, we finally hit $2,000. Thank you, everyone, for making it possible during this run. That was amazing.
Good job, guys.
2K hype coming in on kind of like the epilogue, kind of like the last couple of stages before the grand finale. They all look kind of the same because, basically climbing this, this sort of a castle thing. You're going to be seeing a lot of elements from all the other stages, kind of like culminating into this one, sort of like a classic Mega Man, Dr. Wily stage kind of thing. Making sure that you don't forget any of these mechanics. But there's not only are there like spiked platforms and pitfalls, there are moving ceilings, moving floors, and even more auto scrollers to dance around. That was extremely tight right there.
It's a really weird as well because the earlier stages has a lot of RNG, but this level has 0 RNG whatsoever, and it's my favorite level just because of it.
Yeah, once you figure out the optimal stuff, you can just do it, zoom it, make it consistent, and this is exactly what you're seeing in front of you today, chat. And I do love this room right here. Like, not only do you see this insane acid rain-ish background, but it's like you gotta be aware of everything around you in order to traverse this. Like, even some of those blocks were like fake blocks. Like, and the only way that you could tell is if you could pay attention to where the rain was hitting. Black Knight 3. Good luck.
Thank you.
So in the first couple of reps of this, you're going to be seeing a lot of the Black Knight 1. However, there is a chance that he could break it into something extremely magnificent. But no, I'm not even going to talk about that because you don't get to see it today because Smaugy's just too good. Smaugy's just too good.
All right, we're done with Tower 1, and we have 2 towers left. And in the beginning here of Tower 2, right at the first checkpoint, there is a strat that I will be doing that only saves a second, but I really want to show it, and I can easily die. So if I die, it's fine. I'll just go again. But if I make it, every single person in the chat has to donate $5. Let's go.
That'd be one way we could get things rolling up to 3K, 4K, and even more, right?
And I got it. So...
Excuse me, hype.
I win the bets.
I need
Let's go.
Donates in there right now. Y'all know where the link is. Open them up.
Whoa. I don't like that job at all. That doesn't happen often at all. That is the worst RNG you can ever have, and it's not good. There's nothing you can do about it because you don't have any time to react.
Those guys are just jerks.
But he didn't do it twice, fortunately. All right. The last, well, actually kind of the last item-scroller of the game. I usually take this time to practice my quick slashes, jump around, grab a music sheet, the usual stuff. when you're super bored in a...
Yeah, the only way you could die here is if you like miss a jump at the very end and you get crushed, like, or if you try to set yourself up at the very end of the room, like in an extremely weird fashion.
Mm-hmm.
What is the current world record time for this category, by the way?
The current world record time is 41:52 by me. I believe it was almost a month ago that I broke that 42-minute barrier.
Again, this game's been out since 2014, so like 6 years of just breaking this game wide open, and like many strats are still being founded. So interesting thing about the boss rush is that yeah, you do get to face all of the Knights of the Order of No Quarter, albeit at a very random formation. Like you don't know who's gonna be popping up.
Yeah, but Polar Knight, which I got now, is always in the first 3. And optimally, you want to have Tinker lost and Mole Knight lost. But Tinker has to be lost if it's very optimal. Because you can set up the bosses in a better way.
Yeah, there isn't really much like of a different strategy for these bosses either, just how you react to, you know, which one comes next.
Do I have a moment to speedrun some donations?
Yep.
Okay, we have a very special donations of $5 saying, "Let's go Smaugy. I'm cheering for you. Kisses from your girlfriend" by Arkanesi. We also have $5 from Anonymous saying, "You all know the rules. He won the bet." Another 5 saying, "Fair is fair." Another 5 from Giotto saying, "You won." Another 5 from Anonymous saying, "Smaugy said to donate, so here's $5. Another 5 from Shadow Killer saying, "You win this time, streamer." And $5 from Strip saying, "Can't argue with a runner telling me that I have to donate." Thank you guys.
Perfect.
Shout out to SK and all these other primo $5 donos as we get to the end of this boss rush here.
I'm scared, Mom. Mom, I'm scared. No, I'm scared. No.
Yeah, you don't have much of an elevated platform for fighting for fighting Plague Knight, so things are a little tiny bit different.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I knew that this was going to be really bad, cause the the setup for the health, and I needed to get health immediate because I knew what I was gonna die if I got touched twice, and it's very easy to get touched twice. And so the setup for the beginning of the Plague fight is the worst fight in the entire boss rush.
It really is.
So I tried to take it safe, but nah. But you get to see boss rush again, which is good.
Yeah, hopefully in a different formation this time.
Yep.
A little bit of augmented strats using that charge slash against King Knight 2. That charge slash actually does quite a bit of damage, and the hitbox of it is extremely up there in the active frames.
Okay, here we go. Plague. Revenge. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to look.
There we go. You win! Perfect! God, just the very, very quick stabs of the shovel. Really good for Treasure Knight.
I'm gonna throw a gear here and see if a mole comes, but nope. So that's fine. But now I can put this gear right here. And if he dives low, which is RNG, I will save some time. But it didn't hit him, so that's... you know... It's fine.
Yeah. Mole Knight could just troll you in the most, like, inconsistent of ways. Here's coming up is like the best part. A test of the moral compass, if you would. GG, Smaugy.
Thank you. Bye, knights. Wish I'd never knew ya.
All right, a really, really cool segment of this final level coming up. Well, after this block dodge segment. Yeah, and again, like, yeah, you might think this is a simple. Sometimes you'll get damaged into a lava, and then that's an instant death. But here we go. We're slowly going to be coming up to the final boss here, Enchantress and Two Faces.
Bye, mobile gear.
Bye, mobile gear.
This became a meme run.
Alright, this fight's actually like really cool. You get to play a little bit of a Legend of Zelda-esque, deflecting the balls back for extra damage, using that charge slash for extra damage. A really smooth phase 1 fight for what she gave you. But now here comes the final boss, and again, time's gonna be at the final hit of this final boss. But there
And
goes
this
Shield
trick
Knight.
is the hardest trick in the run. It's a very difficult. Let's see. Perfect.
Yeah,
Time.
Very, very precise to set that up. That is time. Excellent. Excellent, Beast,
Definitely not the run that I wanted. This was really bad. I'll take that upon myself. That's my fault, my bad, and you know it. At least we had fun. I was aiming for a 42, maybe a 43. We got a 45, but I got to show off a lot of cool strats. That was my main goal today, and have a bonus was to get a good run. But it's fine.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, you were just like, you know, if I die, I die, and you just kept going. You
Yep.
showed off all the stuff, man.
Yeah, I tried. But I would definitely not do this like a year ago or 2 years ago. This was not marathon safe at all. But before I leave, I want to show you something in the credits here. I'm gonna scroll past. We have some people here in the special thanks. Let's see, we have Engage, and we have Mumua Kai, I believe. And who else there over here? Mumua Kai. Those are speedrunners in the Shovel Knight community, and we have Taiwan Ninja. And here, right here, is the crown, the jewel. Me. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Actually, maybe before we go, I can actually keep the promise of chat. They actually donated quite a bit in response to your claims.
Good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we have $50 from Anonymous. We have $5 from Carl Germ saying, here's my $5. Let's keep this donation train going, chat. We have $5 from Bombspieler. A deal's a deal. Here are my $5. Good job. $5 from Cynical Mirror Cat saying, nice to see Shovel Knight on ESA. $5 for SM Trick saying, here's, oh, that's 50. Never mind. Here's 10 times 5. Now let's go 10 times as hard. $5 from Sleep View saying, GG, here you are. $5 from Black Knight says, all right, we'll call it a draw.
It's about a flesh wound.
I'm sorry, if I wanted to get in like a little bit of words here, like Shovel Knight is an extremely sick game, guys, and if you guys wanted to speedrun this yourselves, there's an insanely accepting, all welcoming, and knowledgeable community like behind this game, and not only through Shovel of Hope, but all 4 of the campaigns. You get to play as different knights, different methods of playing. Like, definitely, if you haven't played through any of these games, even in a casual sense, like, what are you waiting for? Like, this is a glorious, glorious game.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the most enjoyable games I've ever played. All right. We're done.
Actually, yeah.
Yep.
So let me just go ahead and say, what a wonderful run. Thank you, Smaugy and Blacktastic. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Can we get them a proper send-off, chat, for that amazing run? And also, before we head off for a brief intermission, I would like to say goodbye to you all. This is me, Ashwin, signing off as your host. But don't worry, next up is Zet, an excellent host. You'll be in great hands. See you guys later and enjoy the rest of the marathon.